Brandon Butcher joins me on set. You know, he is a youth ambassador when we talk poetry, when we talk spoken word. You know, this man represents, and not only regional and international, we're talking here at home. It must start with the foundation, and that's what the Roots Showcase is all about. He was here literally a couple of weeks ago to make mention of it. I'm sure the auditions, from what I recall, they're probably going to wrap up in a couple of days, but I'll let the double B. Yes. I like that in fair.
Yeah, that change with them.
Yeah, I like that because I mean it's so unique. But welcome again, and what's happening? Great to have you. What's good? Was it latest with the Roots?
So with Roots, the auditions again, I would have been here with Jaron, the poet laureate. It is wrapping up actually next week, the 31st of July. So you know we encourage, or is it week after? But 31st of July nonetheless.
That's Thursday.
Is it?
Yeah, because the first year, because the first is Friday.
Yes, so next Thursday. So next week Thursday we'll be wrapping up. We do encourage everyone, all new poets who experience, to send in the auditions. Landscape. Remember, the ages are from 16 to 25, so we want to encourage young persons to also audition.
Brandon, I want to ask you on a personal note. Yeah. And I ask every poet, every spoken word artist the same thing, and I always get a different answer. At what point when you're doing a piece, you're writing, you're putting pen to paper, putting your thoughts down, you know your piece, it's complete, it's full stop, done, it's end. At what point, or is it ever truly finished?
Never.
Serious?
It is never truly finished. In fact, the piece I am performing today is something that I have been working on for a year, an entire year. It has finished, I have gone back, edited it. Come on, because it's changing with the climate.
Yes.
As the climate changes, the poem changes.
Yeah.
So I don't think that there's ever any completed poem.
Yeah, and you know, again, that is another unique answer because it's something I've always wondered. I say, at what point a poem is done? That you know that, because you're writing, you're putting your thoughts down, you're going at a particular momentum, and then it comes to an end. And I wonder if that end is open-ended, where you could actually adjust, as you said, with the times.
Yeah, definitely correct too.
Amazing. Yeah. What seems to be your go-to topics? You lean more into what? Love, relationships, social issues, humor. What's your first lean?
Social issues.
Social.
Definitely social issues. I would kind of tend to stay away from the love and the relationships because it's a bit cliche in the poetry space. But definitely social issues. I believe that you know, we don't just speak about it, we need to live it. You know, when it comes to whether it is politics, when it comes to relationships, domestic violence, we need to start living it as poets. We can't just talk about it.
Yeah.
So, you know, these are things that sometimes I would live through my own life. Yeah. You know, so yeah.
I'm looking forward to the piece today. It's 364 days?
Yeah, 364 days. It's an Emancipation piece. Yeah.
Well, all right then. I want to take it in. Let's give the man some space. It's Brandon Butcher, the double B, inside your morning brew on this Poetry and Poets Corner. Enjoy.
All right. Thanks for that. For 364 days of the year, the black man is the only cause for the rise in the crime rate. They say he's a monster, he's ugly, an Oreo, a degenerate. For 364 days of the year, all the black woman does is chase after man. She is deceiving, harmful, a threat because her womb is a holding cell for criminals, oh, but just this one day. The black man's contributions are finally recognized, and he ought to take pride as his ancestors fought to be freed from a life of captivity. And after all is said and done, and all the August 1st festivities are over, the African wear comes off, and black goes back to being a bother. This is the meaning of emancipation right here in TNT, where only once a year you celebrate and recognize me as being free, and for 364 days, well, it's back to the drawing board. Back to the racial slurs on your socials, back to stereotyping the poor, back to black being the problems to all your problems, even the problems you cause. You see, Trinidad has terminal lucidity, returning to mental clarity just the day before the holiday. Tell me, How could a society be so black conscious but suspend a doctor for a week after an embarrassing racial rant broadcasted for the entire world to see, or pulling a certain punch product off the shelf all for but a couple days, only to return purchasing said product to quench your thirst on the hot days, remembering all these said grievances, all but on one day? Like that chicken company who use a drumstick shadow to replicate a fist on Emancipation Day. Support local, but lines in prestige long like your face on mornings long before you had your iced vanilla oat milk shaken espresso toasted holy whip. Now take it and break it on the backs of blacks for 364 days of the year and give them their freedom back for one day. Buy a dashiki, color it in the color of your favorite political party, and use a platform to talk about freedom as if for 364 days you helped anybody. Now raise your fist, hold it high, scream to the top of your lungs, black pride, as if for 364 days you didn't use said hand to snatch the freedom from our lives. Now use your mouth to shout, singing Africa Unite, the same mouth you used to say, I sure she went by her man even after they found out that she died, the same mouth you used to say, I sure is the black man again, 364 days and night, the same mouth you used to say. The reason they're not represented on state boards is solely because they lack merit and education. You bled an entire community with your words and wonder why we suffering as a nation, and this is how we celebrate emancipation in TNT, where only once a year you celebrate and recognize me as being free. Well, no more. Because emancipation is not a holiday. This is a lifestyle. If you can't incorporate African clothing in your daily wear for the year, don't come August the 1st representing an ancestral bloodline that you oppress every day, using our freedom as a mere marketing tool for profit, our culture for gain. And if you don't understand our pain, keep my people festive ways out of your mouth.
Brandon, let me tell you, that is a real, that one there, it's real. It's speaking to moments, to circumstance, to situations that transpired, and as you rightfully said, it is open-ended because you leave it open to, well, sad to say, they even admitted future infractions. And we hope that that could be something of the past. And as you rightfully say, it's not just no one day. We have 364 days where there is work still to be done. And it's not only a Trinidad and Tobago experience. We have seen where lots of us who could claim our ancestry to Africa, those who would have come from that West Coast to the Caribbean, to Brazil, to the Americas, still in this 2025 go through some of the struggles you just mentioned.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a reality. And I mean, you can't put your head in the sand with it. That's what you were spot on. I sit down there and I say, wow.
Yeah. Listen, and I hope to never have to go back to that poem to edit again. Yeah, that is my goal, because that poem will continuously be in progress, never completed, as long as, and it will be as long as, as long as we go through that those types of struggles.
What's generally the feedback when people hear that piece?
Oh, I get I performed this, I believe, last 2 years at an Emancipation festival, and persons came up to me and they said that they are victims of saying support local, because sometimes we could also be hypocritical. The lady that you would have had on just now, she selling the wonderful African artifacts and clothing, and sometimes we could be hypocritical in the sense where we would say support local, but yet we are at these franchises, and standing up and waiting in long lines. So yeah.
Fantastic, man. Let me give you a chance again to put the information out concerning the roots and just generally where people can find you and probably hear or see your work.
Right, so again with the Roots Poetry Slam, I have something to say. It is, the auditions are closing on July the 31st, so please submit all of your videos onto the platform, our social media platform, the Facebook, as well as the Instagram. And for me, you can follow my Instagram. I am the Psalmist Joshua. So yeah, that's it.
That's right. So again, you're seeing it on screen there, the Roots, spoken word, and the man himself, Brandon Butcher.
Hey, thanks again.
Butchering the mind, butchering the stage, butchering the system. Yes. Oh, you mean, man. B, all the best, man.
Hey,
great to see you again.
Appreciate that, man.
That's right. We're going to come back and wrap things up with some Kaiso. Oh, you mean, our art form, the the root really of where it all started.